Yo, what's up? Welcome to Citrus Lane. I'm your host, Jess. Welcome to my closet, apparently. Let's watch some creepy videos. Come on.
I literally just took my rollers out so I could talk to you guys about this, but I just want to say I called it. I literally called it. I said this in my last video. I knew Trump was going to do this. First and foremost, everybody's like texting me like, oh my God, TikTok's back. Aren't you so happy as a creator? I'm petrified. I am so scared. Like, I am literally shook to the core because I don't think you guys really understand what just happened. Basically, what the government did, said that they were going to take away our rights, our freedom of speech. They're going to take away what literally is in the Constitution that we all have in America, and we're going to take it away because we can. Just for a couple of hours, just for less than 24 hours, we're going to take it away. And you know what? Since we checked y'all, we're going to give it back because we just wanted to show y'all the power that we indeed have in this country. Number two, somebody sold out. I don't know what the agreement was, but just know everybody's in cahoots. Trump, CEO of TikTok, Mark Z, all of the tech billionaires, all the billionaires, the government, all three branches, they're in cahoots. It is no longer about Democratic versus Republic. It's about the rich versus everybody else. And the funniest part about this all, Trump literally started this in 2020. Like, let's not forget who started the TikTok ban. And then I literally called it and said, this is so core June Gemini narcissistic of him to come in less than 24 hours of his inauguration and save the TikTok so he could want all of us to give him praise. It's so core Gemini narcissistic of him to do. When he literally started the problem, which is literally the pattern of Trump. Like, I don't know how y'all don't get it in y'all Peabody brains to see the truth of this man. So yes, if he saved the TikTok, everybody's going to be like, oh, are you happy? Are you going to be? I'm not going to support that man no matter what. They could take it. I'm not going to support that man. I'm sorry. I'm just, the way my morals are set up, I can't do it. It's not enough money, enough followers, a bigger platform in the world for me to sit there and say, thank you so much, President so-and-so, for doing this when you started the problem. This is literally textbook narcissism. I don't understand. So yes, the app is going to be back. Yes, content creators are going to still be posting. I literally said, if this app comes back, which I had a really good feeling that it was because this was the plot from the beginning, I'm running the bag up because you know what? It's really every man out here for themselves. And what the government did was a power play. It was never about security. It was never about the safety of Americans. It was about meta and money, and that was it. I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my day. However, I just wanted to come in and check in with y'all. Please, let's talk in the comments what you think. I'm a conspiracy theorist at heart, and I was completely right. I will be posting on all platforms. I am no longer having my eggs in one basket because this showed us we need to go to the platforms that aren't getting canceled, that aren't getting bought out, aka YouTube, because they've been paying creators for almost 20 years and ain't nobody buying out Google. It's a really wicked time we are living in. I pray for this country for these next 4 years because this was not a positive thing. And I really hope everybody can see it.
Starting off strong. The more interesting conspiracy here is that they already sold, and they sold to Meta, and that the 12 to 14 hour downtime was server migration time. That's the much more interesting conspiracy theory, I think. But her second point is right. It never has been Democratic versus Republican. It's always been the rich versus the poor. Come on now. Like, Vine didn't show you not to put all your eggs in one basket. He said having only one very small YouTube channel. I think that she's like kind of misguided. She seems like she just wants to stay on that like Trump hate train. What was it? 6 hours into his inauguration, it was back, but like, it was Biden who initially signed that act getting it banned, correct? Correct me if I'm wrong. Just, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I wanted creepy, not unhinged.
The Grand Canyon, one of the world's wonders. There's a theory that the Grand Canyon holds something that none of us knew was there. So back in the 1850s, right? Yeah. The Grand Canyon was used to mine gold. Okay. Did you know that? Now, the Grand Canyon, when people started mining it, the gold index crashed because they found so much gold there. Okay. Now, what happened was the government and the military, they closed it off and they made it a sanctuary so that nobody can just go there and then take whatever they want. But there was this one guy, his name was Seth Tanner, and he was an explorer. He explored this one cave in the Grand Canyon, and he claims what he saw was ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics in one of the caves.
Oh, what did it say?
Now, the theory is that the Grand Canyon, it actually holds the lost city of El Dorado.
What?
Like, you know, the lost gold city of El Dorado.
Yeah, the whole city.
The whole city. So if you think about it, it's never found. That ancient tale that all of the natives talk about, the lost city, the gold city, is never found. Now, the theory is that it's literally in the Grand Canyon, deep in these caves. And the reason the government and the world is trying to keep it a secret is because it would crash the gold price. Like, gold would be useless if they find that much gold.
Man, it's kind of jarring when the music cuts out like that, huh? As with most awesome conspiracy stuff, the Y-Files has a good video on this. Florida sees heaviest snowfall in state's history. This is from Pensacola, Florida. Beatrice Torres.
I can't look up.
Well, that's about how much snow we got in Kentucky last week, and then we've gotten a little bit of snow, but not a whole lot. It's mostly just cold. Apocalyptic storm cloud terrifies onlookers. Isn't that an old clip? I could swear that looks familiar. I could swear I've seen that before, but it says it was posted 23 hours ago. I don't know.
That is blowing snow, and it looks like what could be a coastal New England town. Well, it's a coastal town, all right. That's Pensacola, Florida. There's 6 inches of snow on the ground right now in Pensacola. You just heard New Orleans, 9 inches, but New Orleans, not the biggest number in Louisiana. Lafayette, with almost a foot, 10.5 inches of snow. New York City, on the other side of the coin, only 1.6. Where does the system go? Well, it's going to be pushing off to the east, so places like, well, Charleston, South Carolina, Savannah, into maybe Raleigh, North Carolina. 3 to 6 inches for you, and whatever you pick up, look at this. It's not going anywhere. It stays bitterly cold. All of that light blue or purple, either cold weather warnings or extreme cold weather warnings. You're waking up to some tough numbers out there. Tomorrow morning, it's 3 below in Washington, but look at New Orleans. It's 11 degrees to kick off your day.
Sheesh. I mean, yeah, it was 4 last night when I went to bed.
Do you remember when Trump said this about the New Jersey drones?
I'm going to give you a report on drones about 1 day into the administration, because I think it's ridiculous that they're not telling you about what's going on with the drones. And
Well, it's the 21st. We still don't have the report yet, but I'm sure he still thinks.
the government knows what is happening. Look, our military knows where they took off from. If it's a garage, they can go right into that garage. They know where it came from and where it went.
But I do have to give him some credit because on Inauguration Day, he said this.
No, I think it's terrible. I would like to find out what it is and tell the people.
And can you commit to some kind of...
In fact, I'd like to do that. Could we find out what that was, Susie? Okay? Yeah, why don't we find out immediately? I mean, I can't imagine it's an enemy, or there would have been, people would have gotten blown up all over. Maybe they were testing things.
So do what you can to keep the pressure on Trump and keep Susie in your thoughts.
Oh, yeah, probably testing stuff. That was probably the answer right there. Yeah, I don't know. The comments seem unanimous, and I don't know. Judging his demeanor, we're probably never going to get... Well, it'll be 50 years before we get an answer.
A lot of us have done it ourselves, gone out to try to witness what happens at night, especially on clear nights. And we have some exclusive video that I want to share with you because this was taken over the weekend in New Jersey. This is from a person who rented a home and used specific equipment. And as we take a look at this object in the sky as it goes behind the house there. There's been movement from these private researchers. This is from a computer scientist and artificial intelligence who captured this. He's been studying it, and this exclusive video shared with News Nation shows this low-flying object, again, taken this weekend in Seaside Heights, New Jersey, possibly a drone, which has no sound, no visible method of propulsion, passing at least 2 blinking objects in the sky. And this researcher who we talked to shared that a police helicopter was spotted flying to this area just 10 minutes after the video was taken, and then this object just vanished and took off.
Still haven't seen anything in my neck of the woods, but the videos are always very interesting to see. Car-sized drone spotted in Plymouth, Minnesota, January 19, 2025, 8:50 p.m. The green dot lights are the reflection from the Christmas lights. Something bone. It does sound like a helicopter. Got creeped out at the end because it was right over my garage, super low. Looks higher than it actually was. It sounds super loud in the vid, but it wasn't as loud in person. What you guys think? Definitely not a helicopter. Are you sure? Are you positive? Are you like 98% sure? Or are you 100% sure?
So we got an update on the drone situation in New Jersey, New York, and other places. And of course, it didn't come from the FBI, didn't come from the White House, it came from a Republican congressman talking to Harris Faulkner this morning. Do you want to hear what he had to say?
How do you address this at this point?
Well, here's the real deal, Harris. You know, I'm also on the Transportation Committee, on the Aviation Subcommittee, and I've gotten to know people. And from very high sources, very qualified sources, very responsible sources, I'm going to tell you the real deal. Iran launched a mothership probably about a month ago that contains these drones. That mothership is off, I'm going to tell you the deal. It's off the east coast of the United States of America. They've launched drones, is everything that we can see or hear. And again, these are from high sources. I don't say this lightly.
Wait, did I just hear that right? Did Jeff Van Drew, Congressman, Republican, just tell us that sources that he's been talking to said that Iran launched a mothership off the East Coast and we haven't done anything about it? What the hell is going on, Joe? Hey, Joe, what are you doing? Folks, this is a big deal. If we've allowed one of the United States' chief enemies, Iran, to put a mothership off the East Coast and are allowing them to launch drones into the United States, and our military didn't know about it, our FBI is not aware of it, and the White House is pretending like they have no idea, this is a big effing deal, guys. I'm sure we're going to hear a lot more about this in the coming hours and days, but if Joe Biden is allowing drones to be flown into our country from Iran with the knowledge of China, we got a problem. We got a big problem.
Wasn't that unsubstantiated? That was posted on the 8th. It's the 22nd now. I don't think anything ever came from that news. AP News. Mystery drone sightings continue in New Jersey across the U.S. Well, we know a large number, blah, 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 blah. The FBI, the Homeland Security Department, and state agencies have been investigating, but officials say there has been nothing so far to suggest any drones have posed a national security or public safety threat. Authorities say many of the drone sightings have actually been legal drones, manned aircraft, helicopters, or even stars. Wow, okay. So you're just crazy. You're crazy. Dozens of witnesses have reported seeing drones nationwide since mid-November, including near the Picatinny Arsenal, a military research and manufacturing facility, and over President-elect Donald Trump's golf course in Bedminster. Okay, so yeah, on the 22nd at recording of this video, January 22nd, we still have no clear updates other than people just saying, oh, well, they were legally manned drones. Except for all of these videos are at night. And if you are a law-abiding citizen who has your drone certification, you can't fly at night unless you have permission. Like, you can only fly at dusk, and you have to have the anti-collision lights on. I'm trying to remember because I was studying to get my certification. Like, you have to. So all of these drones would have FAA authorization. Otherwise, they're not lawful.
A huge space mothership just scoped by NASA telescope. 22 of December, guys. 2024. Just look at this. Look at this size, guys. Look at these wings. This is torpedoes or rockets? What is it?
That definitely looked very interesting. It could have just been glitching in the way the light is, but it still looked very cool.
Yo, the glitter conspiracy is a rabbit hole you are not ready for. So I didn't know this, but there's legit only like 2 main manufacturers of glitter in the world, both of which are based in New Jersey, of all places. And yes, I'm talking like regular glitter, the same stuff you use in arts and crafts. One of these companies is like super secret and private, that apparently invented glitter themselves and is very hush-hush about everything. And the other is GlitterX. No one really thought much of it until it came out that we actually have a worldwide shortage of glitter back in 2018. Kind of a weird thing to be short of. So a journalist from the New York Times went in to interview the team at GlitterX to find out. She casually asked if she could tour the factory, and surprisingly, GlitterX told her absolutely not. Like, there was no debate about it. She was strictly not allowed to see how glitter was made, and wasn't even allowed to be in a nearby room to even hear how it's made. So instead, she was just left to interview a manager at the company, and things just kept getting sketchier. She asks the manager if she could tell her what industry serves as her biggest market, and the GlitterX rep instantly, without hesitation, tells her, no, I absolutely cannot tell you. Confused, the journalist asks her if she knows who their biggest customer is, and she replies with, oh god, yes, and you would never guess it. Let's just leave it at that. Asking why she can't talk about it, she responds by saying because they don't want anyone to know that it is glitter, and that if you looked at it, you wouldn't even know that it's glitter. The journalist then asks if you'd even be able to see the glitter at all in the finished product, to which the manager replies, oh, you'd be able to see something, but it's, yeah, I can't. And this interview single-handedly sparked the great glitter rabbit hole of the internet. Apparently, these clients that purchase glitter are all under a very strict confidentiality clause with GlitterX. They really do not want people to know that their products are made from the sparkly stuff. The industry these products are part of is clearly massive, yet no one knows what it is. So what even is glitter? By definition, it is aluminum metallized polyethylene terephthalate, essentially plastic that has been aluminized and shredded into tiny specks that sparkle. And it's used in a lot of things, from credit cards, passports, currency, football helmets, cosmetics, jet skis, granite countertops, even toothpaste, allegedly. But none of these are quite big enough to be this top industry buyer of glitter. One of the leading theories is that this biggest glitter industry is for boat paint, which many manufacturers do admit they use it in their boats. And they don't want people to know about it because of how much microplastics in the glitter these boats are really dumping into the ocean, which is a hot topic these days and is why they'd want to keep it such a secret. Others claim that it's being dumped into beaches to make the sand sparkle, or that it's just Crest toothpaste and we're rubbing the microplastics directly into our gums, as well as for use in military applications, which would obviously be highly classified, and this is where the theory takes an unexpected turn. Remember that super secret company that basically founded glitter, the other New Jersey company that is in GlitterX? Turns out they're actually not as big of a secret as they'd like to be, called Meadowbrook Inventions, which was founded by Henry F. Rushman, a German-American machinist who invented modern glitter in the 1930s, and also happened to be part of the Manhattan Project, the highly classified operation that created the atom bomb. So the guy who invented glitter also helped create the world's first nuclear weapon. Who would have known? Meadowbrook's machines that make glitter are also commonly used for government contracts for products like rocket fuel, airplane brake shoes, and anti-radar chaff, which are chopped up fibers they shoot out of military planes that can block radar, redirect heat-seeking missiles, and can even be used to simulate poor weather conditions on radar. Good thing the government would never do that. Henry W. Rushman, the the son of the original creator was interviewed and even admitted to what they were really using glitter for all these years, specifically mentioning money, passports, toothpaste, and all those military applications like that anti-radar chaff, and even mentioned it was used in special batteries they produced for a military contractor called Picatinny Arsenal. Batteries that he claimed produce more electricity than any other battery we've ever known, and was pretty quiet about it after that. If there's anything we've learned about the government, it's that they love spending money, and their budget is essentially endless, especially if it's for the military. And given all these military uses of glitter, as well as its founder's roots in the Manhattan Projects and connection to atomic bombs, this one might be our answer. What other industry could be so secret that the New York Times article described it as CIA levels of obfuscation? How about the CIA itself? Perhaps once again the government is behind it all, using the same sparkly powder found in children's art projects for military applications, fighter jets, rocket fuel, money, and passports. Possibly even some new high-tech super battery they don't want the rest of us to know about. What a plot twist that would be if glitter, of all things, ends up being the government's top secret weapon to control the masses.
That was way more interesting than I initially thought it was going to be when I clicked on it. What the hell? There's a comment that says gatekeeping glitter is crazy. Yes, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly with that. Another comment says that they are obviously forcing fairies into creating glitter with their wings. Free Tinkerbell. I like that. I don't care if it's cringe.
Why is no one freaking out about the fact that time is moving significantly faster? Come on, you have to have noticed it too. I feel like after 2020, the concept of time has really been skewed. Fridays are getting here at the blink of an eye. Weekends literally feel like 18 hours. I feel like I was just 22. And then I blinked and now I'm 26. And I'm like, holy fucking sh. I understand they say that time moves fast. There's something a little abnormal here. I don't know if you guys have seen this creator's video, but she talked about the universal time being off. And she knows all the scientific terms and she breaks them down in her video. And when I saw that video, I swear to God, it all just made sense. Because I've always thought this, but I couldn't prove it. Basically, in her video, she explains that the center of the Earth is now moving slower, which is causing the outer of the Earth to speed up. So we're actually going around the sun much faster than we were before. And scientists are actually onto this already, as they are currently trying to figure out what the next steps are. And they have until, I think, November of 2029 to make a decision as to what they're gonna do in terms of time. Something about removing milliseconds and leap seconds so that the speed of the Earth can line up with time. Which, if you're a conspiracy theorist, well, I don't even think you have to be a conspiracy theorist for you to know that time is literally made up. Like, it's a man-made concept. It's literally the tracking of the sun. That was the original concept of time. But even that, to me, is just, it's a little weird to me. Does the sun actually go around the Earth every day at the same speed? And if time is not real, how would you calculate that? I don't know. But I recommend you guys go watch that creator's video. She went really in depth. So if you're one of those people who feel like time has really been just speeding, you're not the only one. Universally, which means worldwide, the whole shit is off. So food for thought. All right, from your favorite Haitian homegirl.
I get what people are saying when they say that time isn't real, in the sense that, like, well, we made clocks and we made measuring the sun, and like how we measure time is kind of arbitrary. Yeah, I get all that. But like, time is a continuous measurable dimension that starts in the past, goes through the present, into the future. It is an actual thing. Like that process of you getting older or you experiencing time moving either slower or faster. How can you say that that doesn't exist when you just described experiencing it? That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say.
You're not tripping. Time is actually speeding up and nobody's talking about it. So scientists are scrambling to try to fix what's going on with time, and they have until November 2029 to come up with a resolution. So back in 1972, something called the IRES existed, which was also known as the International Earth Reference Rotation System Services, and they issued something called a leap second, or they created something called a leap second. And the leap second's sole purpose is to make sure universal time was synced across the board, no matter what region you were in, no matter what country you were in your respective time zones. Since then, universal time is speeding up, and it's because the center of the Earth's core is actually slowing down, which is causing the exterior of the Earth to speed up.
Just a quick interjection. Wouldn't that be Earth's relative time, not universal time, because like universal time would be the time of the universe, whereas like the Earth has an impact on our time as what you're describing. So it's not that universal time is off, it's that Earth time is
up. If you can kind of get the image, like this is the ball of the Earth, it's slowing down, but it's also speeding up the exterior of the Earth, making universal time go faster, basically. So scientists are now facing the problem that they have to fix this. One of the things they suggested is removing leap seconds altogether. We've been using leap seconds ever since 1972. Every year, either in June, on June 30th or December 31st, a leap second is added, so that way time is synced. But now that time is speeding up, they're thinking about removing leap seconds. Not only are they going to remove leap seconds, but they're also going to remove milliliters of a second off time, if that makes any sense to you. So long story short, if you've been waking up thinking to yourself, why does it seem like Friday's coming faster? Why does it seem like Saturday's coming faster? Like, we are already more than halfway through the year of 2024. And if it seems like it's moving faster to you, it's because it absolutely is, and nobody's talking about it.
I have always heard that it seems like it's going faster because your frame of reference is changing. Like when you're a kid and you're 2 years old, a year is half of your life. If you're 3 years old, it's a third of your life. By the time you're 20, a year is a 20th of your life. It's not, comparably, it's nothing at all. Well, it's not nothing at all, but it is a much smaller percentage. So extend that to days. Like when I remember being a kid, and days felt like they lasted much longer. I was gonna say forever, but that's not accurate. Or like rewatching movies that I watched when I was a kid, I could swear it was longer, but it's just my frame of reference has changed. I want to do some quick digging though. Universal time discrepancy. This is just the AI answer. Scientists and timekeeping experts are currently discussing potential adjustments to the way we manage time, particularly regarding the concept of coordinated universal time. Okay, so that's what she means in universal time. In 2024, I should have known that. I'm an idiot. My interjection meant nothing. In 2024, the International Earth Rotation and Reference Service System Service announced that no leap seconds would be added to UTC, indicating that the Earth's rotation is currently closely aligned with atomic time standards. However, ongoing discussions suggest that the current system might need adjustments to better serve practical and health-related needs. What would the health-related needs be? One proposal involves adopting a single universal time zone to simplify annual planning and reduce health impacts associated with daylight saving time transitions. This idea suggests a calendar with consistent quarterly patterns, offering a stable framework for scheduling activities. However, implementing a universal time zone would significantly alter daily routines and could have substantial economic and social implications. Additionally, there are discussions about eliminating leap seconds from the UTC system to avoid disruptions in timekeeping systems worldwide. The General Conference on Weights and Measurement has adopted a resolution to transition to a new system that would eliminate leap seconds by 2035, aiming to simplify timekeeping while maintaining accuracy. These proposals reflect ongoing efforts to address the complexities and potential drawbacks of the current timekeeping system, aiming to create a more efficient and universally applicable standard. So, like, that kind of just verified things that she said and made it it extended it to 2035, but it made it sound less scary. Because the way she's describing it, I'm like, oh, fuck, we're running out of time. The way they're describing it, I'm like, nah, it's no big deal.
Why are all the flat earthers saying the earth isn't flat anymore? Caleb is the best of the best, dude. I learned everything I know from him, and listen to what he says, man. Let's see what he's got to say, man.
So much has been going on. Between the final experiment, between what I'm experiencing right now, and what I mean by what I'm experiencing right now is this. You may think this is a normal horizon.
Oh, no.
Oh,
he
these
has,
windmills.
Man. He's flipped. He's flipped.
Can't see the bottom of them. Where are the bottom of these windmills? This can only mean one thing. The earth must be curved. Better just take off my tinfoil hat, probably alongside of my flat earth sweatshirt I got from the Tinfoil Hat Factory company. Check it out. But yeah, this must mean that. Obviously, I'm joking. No, Earth's still flat. No matter how the windmills look, no matter how the boats disappear on the ocean, no matter if this sun right here, if that sun starts doing Figure eight
matter.
backflips don't matter. Earth still measures flat. Planes still have to fly like this thing is stationary and level. But I'll be back, guys. I'm traveling to my new home, San Antonio.
Yo, go ahead and delete y'all's comments. I know y'all were like, yeah.
I mean, from their frame of reference, isn't it flat?
Jonathan 1776 for $2 says, "Can you show us your camp and your breath?" It is so dry here that you can't really see breath. Nope.
I mean, it's always very it's always very moist in Kentucky when it's cold. So there's always lots of breath. It is funny how many people have been like, "Oh no, we gotta pick it apart. It's not real." It's so funny.
Where's the guns?
This is absolutely breathtaking. Like, it really is. There's nothing else like it. If there was ever any doubt, not that I ever have, but if there was any doubt about a creator, I mean, this would put it to rest. There's no way that we're not in a created.
This isn't fake. It's the sun.
They're clearly in Antarctica.
In reality, however, there is never 24-hour sunlight anywhere in Antarctica.
Sometimes you are wrong in life. And I thought that there was no 24-hour sun. In fact, I was pretty sure.
Yeah, sure enough, the sun is dancing up in the sky. And they followed through with their word. We are in Antarctica. I can assure you, we tracked it with multiple compasses the entire way we were going south or just off of south for 4 consecutive hours from Punta Arenas. I can guarantee you that's where we were as well. So yeah, sure enough, we're here. The sun is doing that in the sky.
You do gotta hand it to the guys who went and where, I don't remember, Witsit, I don't know all of their freaking names, but you gotta give it to them, to as passionately as I've seen them argue and debate people and stick up for this thing that was wrong. But they went, you know, to learn and to be open-minded, and they're like, no, yeah, based on our observations, we were wrong. There should be more of that. Of people that, you know, have the humility to be like, okay, whoa, maybe I was incorrect. I would like to know what I think his name is Witsit. If I would like to know his, like, knowing what he knows now, what arguments does he still think like kind of work? Like, in a hypothetical sense, not in a, like, oh, I still want to argue that flat Earth is flat Earth, but, like, now that he has accepted the globe, like, are there any of his old arguments that would work on him now? I don't know. I'm just curious.
CERN freaks me out for so many reasons. In this video, I'm going to tell y'all why and how what they're telling us might not be what it actually is. So what they tell us is that CERN is a scientific instrument used to explore the constituents of matter. Now, if you do a little digging, you will see that it's so much more than that. With this scientific instrument, they clash atoms together trying to discover new particles. I believe it was in 2012 that they discovered something called the God particle, which allegedly they use to open portals around the Earth. Let's first of all get into the reasons why it gives sinister. Look at their logo. 666. That's number one. Number two, right outside their headquarters is a statue of the goddess of destruction, Shiva. And let me tell y'all, they love to take pictures with it. It's giving obsession. And did y'all know that CERN is actually directly under an old temple of Apollo that was said to be a portal to the underworld? Coincidence? I think not. Now, that begs the question, why would they be trying to create portals? The popular reason that people think is that they want to crack the firmament by creating portals at the bottom of the ocean, which is where HE double hockey sticks is said to be. And that's not just in the Christian Bible. That goes all the way into Greek mythology. You can see that type of stuff in Sumerian texts. This is history repeating itself. And something that really tripped me out is that The Simpsons actually has an episode talking about how the world ends, and in that episode we literally get swallowed up by a black hole after the government messes around with a scientific instrument. And y'all know The Simpsons be predicting the future, and y'all know I come with receipts, so here it is.
So, I mean, anytime, I don't even know why I feel compelled to do this every single time, but anytime anyone mentions the firmament, I feel like people are misinterpreting that, and that it's not, oh, well, that's proof that there is no firmament. But like, if there was, I don't think it would be a barrier over Earth. I think the firmament is just like space-time, like the fabric of space-time, like the fabric or the substance that like encompasses our bubble universe or what have you. Okay, so I'm gonna switch screens for a second. When people talk about the firmament and they show me this, I can't help but think of this, which is our observable universe, with, you know, there's stuff all in between, but with most of the matter collecting in this area. Kind of in a similar way, huh? Like, I think people are thinking like too small, and they're like, oh, firmament over the Earth. We live on a flat Earth, and it's a giant bubble dome over top of us. No, I think that it's the firmament, if it is real. I'm not saying that it is, because we have no way to prove that it is. But if it is, then it is in reference to whatever material or substance or thing is holding our universe, and the superfluid is the dimension or substance outside of that. That's what I think. I don't know. I could be wrong. That's just that is what happens in my brain anytime someone mentions firmament or shows me that picture. That's what I think about. And also, like, opening portals would be awesome. Have you ever played the game Portal? Enough said. But also, it would be nice if we could get to the other planets in our solar system without it taking months, if not years. Like, so accessing some sort of fast travel mechanism, like wormholes, would be pretty neat. Just saying. Sorry, I'm a CERN defender.
I asked AI to generate an image of Earth only using biblical descriptions. You should check that video out. But then, by popular demand, people want to know what AI would do if I asked it to generate an image of Earth using Enochian descriptions from the Book of Enoch. And here's what we got. Now that is freaking awesome. Hey, and this will be a good one for the guys who believe in the ice wall within an ice wall within an ice wall within an ice. But coming back to this one, doesn't that look awesome? Like, almost like ancient structures and the vaulted dome that is above it. In case you didn't see, this is one of the ones from the biblical Earth. And here's what's cool, is look at the whole thing. The whole thing together is a sphere. It's like we live inside of a sphere rather than on top of it, right? So when Pythagoras said the perfect shape of nature is a sphere, so the Earth must be a sphere. Well, what if it is on the outside? But then what if we live in the plane of inertia on the inside? Which that is what an oblate spheroid is. It's this, with that line straight into the center.
Yeah, I don't have anything. That picture looked really cool.
Am I in the Twilight Zone or something?
Developed by South Korean scientists. Each micro-robot is 600 micrometers tall and interacts with others using magnetic fields. The micro-robot Swarm was able to unclog tubes that resembled blocked blood vessels. This technology could potentially be used to clear plaques from clogged blood vessels in medical treatments. In this other application, the micro-robot Swarm transported a chunk of the metal indium to complete or break an electrical circuit. This allowed it to turn a light on or off with precision. The micro-robots were able to assemble into a group and coordinate their movements to walk over an obstacle. By leveraging their collective strength and synchronized actions, they successfully overcame barriers, demonstrating their ability to adapt and perform tasks that require precise teamwork. The micro-robots used centrifugal force for self-throwing, propelling themselves over obstacles. A swarm of 200 micro-robots successfully separated heavy liquid metal into smaller pieces in just 5 seconds, despite its high surface tension. They then moved the pieces, joined them back together, and shaped the metal into a smooth sphere. This demonstrated their ability to handle complex tasks with precision and control. The micro-robots formed a spinning swarm on water, creating a floating raft structure that allowed them to carry a pill 2,000 times heavier than a single robot across the surface. This approach could be applied to deliver lightweight medical supplies or drugs across liquid environments in remote or constrained settings. In this example, the swarm used orbital dragging motions at 2.5 Hz to block the superworm's path and stop it from reaching the food. As soon as the swarm stopped its spinning, the worm was able to move toward the food. The micro-robots guided an ant by using a spinning motion to block its path and topple its legs without causing harm. By controlling the swarm's direction, they successfully steered the ant to a desired location. This technique could be applied in pest management or controlled behavioral studies of small organisms. The micro-robots can assemble into structured swarms or disassemble into individual units based on the strength of the magnetic field. By adjusting the magnetic field intensity, their configuration can be precisely controlled to perform tasks like transporting materials or navigating complex environments. Here we see the micro-robots using orbital dragging motion to rapidly circumvent obstacles with precise single-axis manipulation. This allows them to navigate barriers efficiently, completing the task in just 180 milliseconds.
Are they playing God? Are they creating life out of these little robots? What is going on?
Bruh, we're gonna have Big Hero 6. Yeah. That movie was awesome. Well, okay. That was the video. Thanks for watching, guys. Stop. Channel update stuff. Sorry I haven't made videos in a little bit. With the TikTok stuff going down, I was kind of like, damn, where am I going to get clips from? But then I was immediately like, oh, well, I mean, there's still clips online. I would just have to look harder to find them. But I did end up having to work some overtime at work, so things just got thrown off a little bit. So I am sorry. Yeah. Videos Mondays and Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to join the Discord, it should be either in the channel description or in this video's description. Yeah, have a good night. Bye.